10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Hello, everybody.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to pick. Dire team's turn to pick.
Tinker!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick.
Queen of Pain.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Lich.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right. I'm not entirely sure if this is gonna work here, but I'm just talking anyways. So welcome everyone, if you can actually hear me. So we have a interesting kind of draft style here going on. So any hero that is picked will no longer be allowed picked by either team for the rest of the series here, and this is a best of 3. Should we need all 3 games? So that means that in game 2, the 10 heroes that we're going to see here are actually going to get banned for game 2 and 3. The same will happen for the heroes picked in game 2, should there be a game 3. So we start off here. Looks like the Thought Slayers are going to ban out the Witch Doctor Invoker, and they first picked the Tinker,
Radiant
so
team ban.
Spiffy doesn't get that. Now Spiffy is an amazing Invoker Tinker player, so appears they are just trying to maybe tilt him a little bit. We've got pretty safe picks over here for Simps for our tour. We got Quap, Lich. You know, Lich is easy. Just about anyone I think could play him. And Quap
Dire
is
team ban.
just horrendously overpowered this patch, in my opinion. And she
Radiant
even can be
team's turn to
flexed as a
ban.
4 or 3 if they really need it to. Jakiro pick coming out for Thought Slayers. I'm not super certain if anyone plays him. I think Ready Check does. Pretty sick Jakiro. Really sick player.
Dire team's turn to ban.
It's going to be a pretty safe 5. Looks like both teams grabbing their mid and their 5 at the start right. TA ban coming out for Spiffy as well. They really want to hit him hard. I don't think Spiffy really plays Quap, but I don't think it takes too many brains to play Quap either. We'll see how that goes.
Radiant team ban.
Jug ban for Astro. Beastmaster ban. I thought that was a juicy hero, but apparently not. Looks like they don't want to be dealing with that single target lockdown for the Quap. I honestly would argue that's good because Quap gets that Lincoln's talent flush.
10 seconds
remaining.
remaining.
Of her own.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban.
Lifestealer ban, that's a pretty big Juice hero. I think Juicy must be the one then. So what they're looking at.
Dire team's turn to
The
pick.
Ursa ban so that they don't have to deal with any early aggression from that. Medusa, that's a big Astro ban. They like to run boost strats, but very, very solid on that. I'm interested to see what the Thought Slayers are going to do with this double pick here. Are they going
10
to pick some
seconds
Wombo
remaining.
combo 3 and 4 maybe? Or are they just going to have to pick Astro, one of his heroes?
5 seconds remaining.
Now it's Sims for our tour pick.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Lion.
And the Lion comes out. Now that's very good against Tinker, so I don't know about the first pick Tinker. I feel like maybe they should have just banned it at the start. Because they wanted to deny Spiffy the Tinker, but that's a very bad matchup for Tinker so far. You got one Blink
10
hero, one
seconds
hero
remaining.
who buys Blink, and plenty
Radiant
of
team's
damage
turn
or
to pick.
disables to get to him.
Silencer.
Silencer just also overpowered this patch, I think, as a 5. Maybe that means the hero will go 4, 3, but we'll see. Porter likes to mix it up on what he does, so it's entirely possible to see a
10
4
seconds
Silencer.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick.
Tide Hunter.
And there comes the Tide Hunter. That's very reliable, especially you can set up with heroes so well. Silencer Tide Hunter, disgusting lane for most carries in general, especially mid. I wonder what Simstrator is going to
10
pick.
seconds remaining.
Luna's still on the table. Luna's fairly good this patch.
5 seconds remaining.
Could be good to scout Tinker if she gets her shard too, with that ground targeted Q. And I'm not sure how much harass from the Silencer she'll be able to take. The Lich is going to have his hands full protecting whoever is laning with him.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
Luna.
Yep, and there's that Luna pick I was mentioning. I think that's a correct decision here, honestly. It's the only thing I think that has even a snowball's chance in hell of trading with Silencer, and it nullifies a lot of Tide's advantage.
10
now
seconds
Tide's only
remaining.
advantage is potentially stacking slows with Silencer on Gush, but
5 seconds remaining.
Luna's still fast, and Lich isn't exactly a pushover with the slows. And Frost Shield up on the Luna. It also doesn't seem they have very good invade for Triangle. Any of their ults are down. Looks like Sims for Artor are going to want to be fighting with it. I'd say the only catch, though, that Thought Slayers currently has for this Quap would be the Silencer. Jakiro is really hard to catch. It's really hard to catch Quap with Jakiro, and
Dire team
Tide
ban.
Hunter having to commit Ravage. If she is quick on the reactions, entirely possible she thinks out of the Ravage range too. So, gonna probably need to see a quick Hex coming from this Tinker. They're gonna want to deal with Quap, but then again, the Lincolns would potentially mess that up because they don't have very many single targeted
10
spells.
seconds
So
remaining.
I'm not sure what Thought Slayer's last pick here is gonna.
5 seconds
That's,
remaining. Radiant team
Very
ban.
scary to go into a Quap with very minimal instant lockdown. Very minimal Lincoln's pops, too. At the moment, I see Gush, Silencer E, and Tinker's Q. The Terrorblade banned out. Now, I don't know if they
10
wanted to
seconds
ban
remaining.
the Terrorblade. I felt like their lineup would be very good into pressuring the
5
Terrorblade to
seconds
close to
remaining.
magical damage early.
Radiant
Thought
team's
Slayers, we
turn to
have
pick.
Snapfire and Mars ban. There's the Monkey ban. Again, I'm not certain if that was the correct decision on the ban. I feel like Monkey does a lot, and you've got 3 ranged heroes, one of whom is very fast, the other 2 are just supports, and then you have another
10
ranged
seconds remaining.
blinks out of the deal. So I'm not sure about that
5
ban, but that
seconds
is an
remaining.
Astro Classic, so it could just be trying to get rid of comfort. Let's see what Thought Slayers end draft with. They got 15 seconds here, just about to pick a 1. It looks
Dire
like.
team's turn to pick.
Anti-mage.
Now this does look like a pretty good anti-mage game if he can get his team going here.
Slada.
Choose your hero.
That Slardar, that's going to be really rough in lane for him. He's going to have to hit the jungle really quickly. All right, we got Titan on the offlane. Let's see, what else? Spiffy is going to take the Quap. This is going to be a Quap mid versus Tinker. The Tinker's going to have a rough time for a while, I think, unless the Quap really overplays. But Spiffy plays so much Tinker that I feel like he just would know what to do here against Tinker. So the way I'm looking at it, I think bottom will probably draw even, but then top and mid are probably going in the favor of Since or Artur. So Thought Slayers are really putting a lot on this late game anti-mage thing. And even then, he has to be very careful with this. All right.
Prepare for battle.
Now you're fish food.
Watch your step. It's 6 feet down.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. Looks like we got one of our world-famous scrims here going on, and appears that New World is actually not taking an aggressive position time. Not too sure about that. They maybe were expecting it. They rushed to the triangle here so that they can cover their angles.
30 seconds to battle. Let's get moving.
All right, it looks like we're going to go 2 and 2 runes here. Wards are placed up. That ward right here for Dire is just barely out of vision of that sentry. It's very unfortunate. Got the Lion Slardar bot here, AM, and likely Jakiro, it's looking like here. And they're throwing Silencer mid, actually. This is a Tinker 4. I didn't see this one coming, but this might actually change how the game is played a lot, I would say.
You're simply not.
Here comes the early trading here. Lich is going to have a much easier time trading with a Tinker than he would have a Silencer.
Denied.
Lane's going pretty even so far. Lich has already had to go back to base here, TP away from somewhere. Not sure why. Mid seems to be going a little bit in Quap's favor, but Quap should win just about any lane she gets her hands on. Quap putting the pressure on here. 3 denies, no denies for the Silencer. That XP is going to be a little different. I think Spiffy may be able to get a hot start here.
Absolutely perfect.
A lot of trading going down bot. Alright, they're trading more up top. The Luna still is pretty full mana here. If he gets that level 2 Lucent Beam, that may be pretty hard for them to stick in lane around. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Running down to Luna. Very hard for her to just tank those hits, but she's turning around. There comes the laser. Bot, Anti-Mage is doing much
First
better
blood.
than I thought
Thanks
he would.
and have fun.
A penetrating
There we go. Missed first blood,
cold.
as per usual with casting here. It seems that
Thanks.
Lich was able to pop his wand and get some spells off on that Tide. Little over aggressive with no levels of Dragon Shell.
Ooh, Dyer's
Here they go bot. The Lion's very exposed. It
things
should be
are
an
cheap,
easy
you
kill
know.
for Estro. He's gonna get that. That's
Are you even
very good for his game. Him and the Slardar are really just trading off farm, it seems like. Astro winning onto the denies. Silencer catching back up to Quap here. Quap still with more denies, but Silencer better the last hits for the moment, but he just had the south. That's scary. The Lich here looks to be in trouble.
Absolutely perfect. Get away from the beam.
You look ravaged.
Top lane seems to
You
be a point
almost
of
had
action. Unless the Lion's getting caught out with the pull here. Hero looking like he's moving up. Probably gonna go check that again. Maybe get another kill on the Lion, but full resources and a level 4 Slardar nearby. I'm not sure if you want to do that. Top lane. Finally got that. No points in Dragon Shell yet. Up for the gush. Hole on the Radiant side denies at least 2 creeps. This is very hard for the Luna while the Lich is dead, and I think they might go for 10 with taking the farm here. That's an unfortunate centaur stomp. This Tide may be in a bit of trouble here, actually. And I think that's Tide's life here.
Carried you the dead.
Mid, here we go. Spiffy running down Porter. I think it's going to be a right-click battle. Porter TP's away. Very smart. He's not going to die off that, but Spiffy's going to continue to dominate the lane, it looks like. He's going to be able to catch back up on CS. I'm very surprised by how well this AM is doing against the Slardar, but that must be more about this Jakiro's pulling and stacking. Astro is very good in lane, and he's taking very good advantage of this space at his mind,
Smart
making
money.
the Lions come up to block the camp now, but maybe too little too late. Plus, Jakiro has a ward of his own ready to go. Tinker trying to stack here, leaving his Tide alone in lane. That Anchor Smash may help here a bit. A lot of damage. Needs to be careful. He probably shouldn't turn around here. It looks like he's gonna die to this now. I don't know about turning around there. That was... Looks like he got away with his life and then decided to turn around and give it anyways. Bottom lane, Jakiro maybe getting chased a little. No, just content with taking care of the easy camp over here. Astro farming under tower. We're looking at it, the AM slightly ahead of Luna on both last hits and denies, but it's nothing too irrecoverable. Spiffy not going for Blink. Putting points into Shadow Strike. He really wants to win this lane. Porter out of mana now. I think he can go back to dominating it
cracks in
here.
Dyer's top tower?
Potentially Tinker could rotate, but I think he's more interested in stacking for the Tide. Lich also making some stacks here. Luna. Pain Rune top. See if Quap goes for it. Continues the same lane. What a reflect by Astro. I think they're going to kill this Lion for that. What a reflect. Very excellent time. I think they might get the Slardar too. No, he's going to barely escape, but that was one hell of a reflect by Astro there for an easy kill.
To
On that.
hell with you.
Juicy did not level up the ult here. Preferring to go for the farming build with only 1 point in his queue, which I would agree with. He's got the levels on Anti-Mage, but it's like both carries are having a very good game. I think the difference here we're going to be seeing is in the off lanes and the mids. Neither Luna nor AM really want to show up to these fights until they get some of their items. Luna will be available to fight a little bit quicker. This Arcane Rune for Quap, she might go for the Silencer, and they've spotted the stacks too. She's got her ult. She's going to walk up, points and blink, so can't be very aggressive there. Like said, they've spotted the stacks here for the Tide, but they don't know about the ward right there. So the ward knows that they know. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of mind games played around Radiant's triangle here. Dire's triangle, steal the bounty rune, not a lot of things happening. Quarter takes the advantage in levels again. The Spiffy leaving lane for so long. That's the only thing he can cast. If Spiffy doesn't kill him here, though, this Arcane Curse is going to do a lot to him. I don't know if he's going to get him. This last tick of the Shadow Strike, the wand, he barely lives.
The silence
He's going to TP away. Oh, man. Cannot believe he lived that. He had no right to be alive there. Just juking through the trees and surviving. Yeah, they know the Lich was up here. Womp will at least get a rune for her troubles in an uncontested mid lane for a bit. Catch back up that silencer with 13 denies and 16 denies on the AM. They are starving them of levels down here. The Slardar desperately needs the 6 and a blink if he wants to do anything to this team. Very hard to just walk into them. Tide here, on the other hand, may be set for a very good recovery with all the stacks that he has, despite Luna being 8 here. I think that the stacks may recover the Tide's game somewhat, but they did catch him farming this camp with a ward, so let's see, but Luna's very low. I don't know if they want to be pushing that. Buys a salve. Spitting on a stack here. No, waiting for maybe a misclick. Baiting with the illusion, perhaps.
Add another to the tally.
Not much happening. Going on the Tide here. Just doing so much damage with that 4th level on her Lunar Blessing. Tide dead again. Order's up here though. Maybe looking to try something, although with no points in E, it may be a little hard.
Killing spree. Hello,
Astro
this
with
is
a
Dave
double
Newell.
kill under
Thanks
tower,
for playing
pops
Dota
ult
2.
for it.
Double kill.
Targeted the Lion, killed the Slardar off the residual. Spiffy here though, maybe looking to get some revenge. Silence coming out. Spiffy may die too though.
Dire's bottom tower
Might be
needs
out of
some
mana
help.
soon. And he gets the blink out, but that was very close. Really putting a lot of hopes into this Luna with Spiffy rotating around so quickly. Silencer's got a full XP level ahead of him. Luna's level 9, however. Very good game for her so far. Tide really struggling here, but again, if he just gets some more points in his abilities, he can just go to the jungle and get those stacks. It looks like they're gonna get the AM here with a location from the Lich. Very big at slowing down his game. AM is definitely Radiant's win condition. They're looking around, just juicy, clearing these camps. 84 last hits. Let's take a look at the net worth. Leading AM by about 300. The next is Silencer, 1,000 below the AM. Cloth right up on his tail. That might change though. Cloth, I think, might get a kill here, but at what cost? They're going to trade the Lion for it and a rotation from Astro, but that chain cross is disgusting. It's bouncing around. It's still going.
Absolutely perfect.
That's a 3 for 1, and I am certain that Dire is going to be wanting to take that trade here. And a question mark coming out from Spiffy. What a toxic player, honestly. Get this guy out of the Discord.
Radiant's top tower
Can't have
deserves
this.
just as much help as bottom.
Tidehunter rotating over to not let this XP go to waste. But that AM dying puts him 600 net worth below Luna. Really not what they want to happen. If Dire side gets some stacks on the Ancient here, this Luna is going to be disgustingly strong. At least get some int for the Silencer here and a kill on top of that on the Slardar. Both offlaners really struggling this game, but again, the difference
Dire's
here is
middle
look at all these
tower is
stacks
under
that
attack.
Nigel's going to come back to, and they're going to really struggle here. The AM doesn't get a better start. It's looking to be potentially a little slow Battle Fury after those couple of deaths, but he did have 4 kills, so he's not doing too bad for an AM, but man, this game is really riding on the Luna for Dire, and she is so far way ahead of anyone else in both net worth and levels. Look at this, the next highest level is mid level 9. Luna might hit level 12 before he loses this fight. What a ravage! Global silence on top of it too. Jakiro ult thrown down. A lot of damage. They can finish off the line. Will they be able to get anyone else? Slardar's pretty exposed. Is Plop going to get a trade off this? No. Slardar's going to die. They may get this Lich here. Dan's right here. Drops the hammer just to make sure, I suppose. That's going to be a 3-for-1. A good fight for Radiant. Juicy shows up a little late, but he's level 12. He shits out damage right now.
It looks like Dire fortified their structures.
Astro, he's back mid, level 8 to level 12 on the Luna. He really needs to catch up here. He's gonna need this battle here if he has any chance of catching up. Looks like there might be a rotation coming in. No mobility or disables with mobility available for Dire though, so AM is hard to catch out unless he makes a mistake. Radiant is content to have the Tinker come up with that. Hunter should think about going to get those ancient stacks now.
Smart money.
Or maybe they're saving it for the AM at this point, but... Looking around the map, and it looks like Dire's all kind of clumped up here in the mid lane. Juicy's still just farming. It's going to be level 13 off this next camp. Taking the stacks together, it looks like. Good idea for getting some levels on all these very under-leveled heroes. Mid tower, though, getting pressured for it, and a deep ward placement. Pain. I don't know if they're going to see that one coming. Very nice warding coming out from the Dire side, catching up the jungle, but they have nothing in the triangle. To take those ancient stacks and get all that XP for those heroes. Pretty big jump for
Dire's
them.
bottom tower has been denied.
A good deny by the Slardar. He's going to take a lot of damage for it, but he is keeping these heroes down here. Blade Mail and the Silencer. I'm not certain what that's for, but you can't really ever question Quarter. Do what he deems is correct, regardless of conventional wisdom. Come up here, not let the Luna Tower for free. The Silencer and the Turn AM being nearby. Two heroes, though, very exposed. A lot of vision here catching them out. They definitely should be able to get at least one of them. Swap on the back, running down Jakiro. Lion has Finger available. They're just content to chase his Tide around. Fingers to Jakiro. Global Silence popped. AM showing up, only half health. Global Silence looks like it'll save the
top
Tide
tower is
Hunter.
under attack.
I'm ever so
AM TPing down. He got the Battle Fury finally.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Quap TPing out. Lich TPing out. Are you gonna Ravage for this? I don't think so.
Killing spree.
Absolutely
They're gonna
perfect.
find Quarter out behind the T1 and going on the Luna, and the Luna proving how much damage she can do. 10-10 here. The scores suggest the game would be even, but the Luna's farm suggests otherwise. I think that Radiant are either gonna have to get into full space making
Radiant's
mode for
top
this
tower
AM,
has looked
or
better.
really go after this Luna, but at this point the Luna can really group. She's so close to Manta, only about
Radiant's top
200
tower
off. They're
is
about to
under
get this
attack.
tower. That might give her Manta. No fort either. The tower's just gone.
Radiant's top tower has
Slaughter
fallen.
down here, going for a Necro Saber bash.
Dire's middle
Slams
tower
into the
isn't
Tinker.
going to last long.
Oh, and he just crushes that Tinker. Silencer left here alone. He's just gonna die.
The end of this.
4 Dire
middle
heroes
tower is under
down here,
attack.
and he just TPs in and he
Radiant
dies.
structures have been
That's
snow
not what you want to
fortified.
see. You need to make space for the AM here. Oh, a little powerless to
Someone
do
better
anything
help
here.
Dire's
Maybe
middle
he get a
tower.
nice T-ward, but Tide now looking like he's caught out. Has the hood, so he is a little bit tanky. Pops the Ravage. I think they want to fight this.
Dire's middle tower isn't
Oh,
going
and that's
to
a
last
dead
long.
clock. What a Ravage, followed by the Axe Pad. Chain Frost going around, but it's going to stop on the AM. Can the AM get the Lich? He blinked just a little too far away,
Not
and they
much
got him.
good's happening to Radiant's bottom
3 for
tower.
nothing at this mid tower, and Dire
Now
a
you're
little
fish
too
time.
eager.
Someone better help
I'm
Dire's
realizing the
middle
power
tower.
of the team fight with that Jakiro and
Radiant's bottom
Tide Hunter.
tower's got problems.
Oh, that
Dire's
seems like a
snow
big
fortified
mistake.
their structures. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Slardar's just still down here farming, though. He's getting the Echo Saber. He should probably look towards getting a Blink to help his
Dire's
team with some
middle tower has
initiation.
fallen.
Lions has his
Radiant's
now.
bottom tower is under attack.
Lich coming
Radiant's
up.
bottom tower is no
Invisibility.
more.
Oh,
Dire's
Dire's got some
middle
deep
tower
wards,
isn't going to
though,
last
here.
long.
They can scout someone out, maybe smoke in. Fingers up in 14. Kills just about anyone if you have +1. Astro, though, catching back up on the farm, but still 2,000 behind the Luna. Very, very farmed Luna right now. Still has not died this game. Let's take a look at the items here. Manta, Mask of Madness on the Luna. It looks like she's going for the BKB. I think that's the right play here against their team. Outside of the AM, they really magic damage to kill you. Even then, AM is not great into that. Once this Luna gets BKB, Radiant may have a hard time. It's a very good fight they took, but we need to find this Luna at some point. Spiffy. Not sure what item build he's going for. Let's see. He's going for the Kaya Sanj. Tank up a bit, maybe. I would have argued he might have needed any rules against the Silencer. They're going on this Luna here now, though. AM blinks in ahead. 2-man step from Lion. Global silence out. No finger available with that silence. Is Lion just going to pop it on this Tide? No. He's going to let it go. Silencer's very exposed. Blade Mail used. Pop some of that damage back on. Lion should finger right here, maybe? No, Silencer's just dead. Finger the Jakiro. He's got the blink available. Oh, that Jakiro casts it out, though.
Dead.
Gonna give this one to Quat. No, finally uses a finger there.
The dead.
Be a 3 for none here. Dire showing they're very strong and they can take an organized fight. That was with Ravage, with Silence, with Macropire. AM needs to be careful here. He's a little overexposed. He might actually kill the Quap. Now he decides to blink out. Plays it safe. Quap's team around him. Juicy showing Luna how powerful she is, especially in
Radiant's
his
top
hands.
tower deserves just as
Lots
much
of
help as
space given to
bottom.
him by his team, and he is taking full advantage of it. He has 4 levels on the mini carry, but Quap also is 1,200 levels.
Radiant's top tower
Same
is
level as
under
the mid. Ravage is there. A
Time.
quick 2 picks on the
shall not
supports, and I
prevail.
think that Dire's gonna have to back out here. Radiant will take what they can get, but again, they are killing this Luna. This Luna is just having her way with the farm this game. Maybe stealing some of Luna's farm a little. They have.
Blessings
He is
upon a
close
loyal
to that
warrior.
Kaya Sanj though. Going for the blink on
Watch
Slardar
your
here.
step. It's 6 feet down.
No boots on the Tinker. Aether Lens though. Tide has his blink. Again, I think there's gonna come a point where this Luna is gonna just be too powerful to deal with. If she gets BKB and she has her team behind her, I'm not sure who on the Radiant side is gonna be able to kill her. This AM is not gonna be big enough for a
Radiant's
while
middle
to
tower
handle the
is under
Luna.
attack.
Needs a lot more time to do that. Confrontation with the Silencer may be happening here. Let's just get
Regeneration.
Neither side knows of the other's presence right now.
Are those cracks
Manta
in
was
Dire's
just
top
pushing by.
tower?
Slardar here, still farming. Overtaking the Tide a little bit. It's gonna be a game of carries here. It looks like the mids are playing more of a sacrificial role here in the name of advancing the carries farm. I know that's not what Spiffy wants. He usually wants to be the one getting kills, getting farm, but looking like he needs to be has to play the team a bit more. Still doing very good, 5-1 and 4 compared to 3-4 and 4 of the Silencer, but the Silencer's still ahead levels and barely ahead in the network
Dire's top
department
tower is
too.
under attack.
Looks like they're gonna pressure this top
Dire
T1
have fortified their
or some
structures.
TPs. Astro gonna have to back here. Barely off the mark with that rush. Global silence use, perhaps a bit premature. No global for this next fight, but Ravage is up at 15. Kira with the Yules. Luna has her BKB now. Might be looking to smoke in a Roach versus objective. They get that on Luna. It's very hard to bring her down twice, especially with how much they need
Radiant's
to
top
commit to just
tower
one.
has looked better.
A lot of items flying out here on Couriers. Blink Dagger on Slardar. Tome from Lion. There's the smoke. Let's go in for a 4-step, but Silencer has no mana, no global. He can't TP to this. He's out of mana. He's using his glaives to farm. They're pushing up to the triangle. This is a dead Tinker for sure. Very
Dire's
easy
bottom
pick
tower
off.
is under attack.
They're going to de-ward too. I think Roche is going to be the play here with that corrosive haze on the Slardar. Again, Silencer has no mana, no global. I don't think Radiant can contest this quite yet. He has to walk back to base at this point or keep pushing.
Let the bodies
And they're just going to give up the Roche, it looks like. It's going to be a very quick one. Luna's insane damage, plus all the minus armor on Roche. Really Radiant, no, but what do you do about this? No Silencer available. The Roche here on the Luna. Got quite some time. Press their advantage, maybe get a tier 2, secure the outpost. They should get this tier 1 mid first though.
Dyer's bottom
Radiant has a
tower is
fort,
being
they can
chipped
delay them,
away.
but I think they're trying to force them back to T2. Lich TP's in solo. He's got backup coming, but he is very exposed right now. They're going to leave the Tinker to die, it appears, at the hands of this Luna. Lion with the catch out, stuns himself again. Astro takes him out very quickly, no chance to finger. Silencer, though,
Killing
paying
spree.
the price here.
Double
Gonna be a
kill.
2 for 1. Delays the mid T1 push, but I think they're going to be content with just pushing this bottom T2 instead of getting the outpost off of that. Luna's still with Aegis. No ult there, I suppose. No ult on the Lich, but if they capture this T2 pretty quickly, Lion can
Someone
TP into
better
the
help Dyer's
outpost.
middle
Give them
tower.
a huge numbers advantage as they just roam back to mid. Astra really gonna have to play the split push game here. He has Manta, so he is very hard to kill, I think. Unless they rotate many heroes, but Slardar and Lion do both have Blink, so very
Not
dangerous
much
game for
good's
the
happening to
AM if he
Radiant's
decides to
bottom
split push, but he
tower.
seems to just gonna be
I
farming
guess
his triangle
Radiant
for the
fortified their
moment.
structures.
Jakiro, 4 sentries, looking to probably D-ward here. Fort used, you're gonna have to wait for the creep wave. Everyone will be up. Have Ravage, they have Global, and they have Macropyre. No Chain Frost or Eclipse. It's Dire side. It's gonna be on the finger to maybe get a quick pick along with Waffle.
Radiant's bottom tower
Wap
is
has
under
the
attack.
shard now. It's gonna be a nasty silence. Force AM to Manta, but you don't really want to be blinking to an AM at this stage in the game. Looks like everyone's down here for the fight. Gonna span some Tinker Rockets. Juicy using the Manta very early. Gonna use them to pressure. That defense matrix just hides taking no damage right now. That is quite a lot. Maybe the Tinker needs a Soul Ring so he can maintain this defense matrix spam. Luna getting low here off the Silencer spam. Same with Silencer. Luna does have the Aegis again, remember, but looks
Are
like they're
those
just getting
cracks
back.
in Dyer's top tower?
Their T1 is getting pushed top, and if they don't do anything about it, it's just going to get taken here. They're just going to lose a T1 for free. Very good hold by the
Dyer's
Radiant
top
side. They didn't
tower
use
is
any of their
gone.
ults.
Just a cold fog left behind.
Just delaying them. Luna's a bit aggressive here. All 5 of them are still down. They're pinging out the Luna. They really want this kill. He does have BKB and Aegis, though. This is going to be tough. Eclipse is up in 8 seconds.
Fortune.
They found her.
Radiant's middle
Ice
tower
Path connects here. She's going to die the once, maybe. No, she BKBs to run away. They may continue the chase, though. BKB used. Aegis still available. Quap is TP'd top. She can't get to this fight if it happens. Tinker TPing up to counter the aggression. Silencer TPing the mid to stop that catapult push. This is such a close game here, but Luna, BK not where they're at of the AM. That's not what you want to see, especially with AM's ability to farm. Caught out the Silencer. He is a dead man. Not even walking anymore, just dead. I believe now is their time to push here. Silencer, no buyback either. Tidehunter steps up a little far. He's gonna get stunned by the Lion. Blaze coming through. Stun, they're keeping him locked down. That's a dead Tide. Dead T1. It's a 2 and a tower for nothing, and they still have the Aegis on this Luna for another minute 30. Fortification refreshed off that T1 kill. So maybe the mid towers can be so easy to take, but all the lanes look to be pushing Dyer's favor. Not this one up top. It'll slowly work its way back. Both these lanes on Radiant side of the map, but they're going to push back towards Dyer if nothing
Radiant
happens.
have fortified their
Fort
structures.
used. Silencer up in 8, tied up in 20. Aegis expires in a minute. We'll see if this is enough. A very aggressive blink for the Lion. He's going to find the Tinker, but he's definitely going to die for it. Silencer comes back. Globals. Eclipse coming out with the BKB. It's going to be a 1-for-1 support for support at the moment. Astro in the back, though.
Double
Middle
kill.
tower shouldn't have to take this
Quarter, that
abuse.
Blade
A
Mail
dominating
shreds the
performance.
Quap. Luna's definitely going to lose Aegis here. But it's going to be Luna and Lich versus Tide and AM, and Tide has the Ravage. Luna no BKB. I don't know about this. This is looking very bad for the Dire side. They may have played a little too far up. The Ravage hits on both. They get the Luna, though, locked down. That is a dead Luna, maybe. He runs him down, potentially. That Luna's so fast. He's got the blink up, though. Surely he gets him here. No TP
Radiant's
mana.
middle tower is under attack.
Juking.
Mega kill.
No, that's going to be it. Huge kills for Astro. Bridging the net worth gap.
The
That
silence
was with Aegis 2.
deepens.
Blade Mail and the Silencer actually shred the Quap plus the Glaives. This Silencer, an 18-inch stolen. He's hit pretty hard. Dies for it, but I'm sure he's more than happy with that fight. Now the lanes are back onto the Dire side. Tinker with the Shard here. March of the Machines. These lanes are really going to be on the Dire side, and they don't have TP boots or anyone that can quickly deal with these waves outside of the clock. AM maybe played a little too aggressive, finds a lich, he's feared, he's fingered, he's hexed, he's dead.
Absolutely perfect.
Doesn't account for everyone getting back up. He could have had that lich very quick, but he didn't ult.
They're beating on
Pays
Dire's
with it
top
for his
tower.
life.
My money.
Hanging out, he wanted to push mid, but the rest of the team of Dire getting up.
Dire's
Outside
top
of the
tower
Luna, that
is
was a
under
little
attack.
risky to go in by himself. No Ravage on the Tide, no Global on the Silencer quite yet. Tinker here just pushing out the waves, being annoying. Dire's in deep. Jakiro hitting his spells, slowing them down. The Lich is taking a lot of damage. I think he may fall here, but at what cost? The Lion dies too. Oh no, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all.
Middle tower should
Silencer
have
gonna kill the
Impossible kill.
Slaughter here too. Triple kill for the Silencer. Game of Thrones happening.
The dead.
Luna just respawned. Toxicity coming out from both sides. It's looking to be a slugfest down here.
Illusion.
Let's look at the hero levels. Luna still 3 levels on anyone, but the 2 and 3 spots occupied by the cores of Radiant here. They can find a way to get on top of this Luna. She's going for Satanic. Very defensive item, very good. Keeping herself alive. Has a butterfly too. She's very farmed. Worry about this AM. He's looking for Axe here for the Blink Fragment. Maybe chip down the mana of their 3 high mana heroes. Tinker here being so annoying and pushing out
Dire's
the
bottom
waves
tower needs
too.
some help.
God, it feels like the waves are constantly on the Dire side. He's getting this chip damage in on the tower.
Upon a loyal warrior.
Forcing people to rotate. DD bot. Looks like Quap is gonna grab it. Maybe give it to Luna. Quap will just grab it here. Go down at the bottle, baiting it.
Double damage.
Grabs the DD. Rose is up here on the next 30 seconds. There's a fight happening mid. Ravage hits on 3. That is huge. Gold Silence comes out. Lion and Slaughter are just dead. Juicy trying to turn, but with his team dead, on the whipped ult from Smithy, he gets the mid. But that's a lot of misses. Tidehunter may die here, but the AM links away.
Double kill.
Oh, it's going to be a 2 for 2. That was such a good fight for the Radiant, but even with the missed ult, the Quap here, not very exposed. Astro goes in on this Luna. Are they going to punish him? They have the fear of the Lich. They got the right one. They're clicking. He's low. He's going to get out. Quap on the hunt, though.
Killing spree.
He doesn't press his buttons, and Astro lives. The Shadow Strike won't take him out before he goes back to base. Oh, no. More flame coming through. Tips. Oh, no. That is not what you want to see. The AM. 2 levels behind the Luna now. What's the net worth looking like? Still Luna up by about 2,000.
Perfect.
Dire side up by 2K. There's the net worth difference right there. Looks like everyone's about equal, except for the Luna and the AM. Let's check out some graphs here. The win probability has stayed slowly towards Radiant. It dipped towards Dire for a second there, but after that fight, it's back towards Radiant. Even though Dire does have both advantages, although they are far from their peak. Being 6K net worth ahead. They still have the lead on experience and gold for now. See some items here. Astro looking like he's very close at
Invisibility.
about 1,000 gold away. Juicy here has a Satanic coming to him on the Claymore. They're going in here, though. Blink Fragment on the Lion. Global Silence committed, too. They're going to get the Lich here. Okay, global for the Lich. Not sure if that's all they wanted out of that, but anything counts at this point. The Dire now upping their gold lead to 3K despite the Lich dying. They're going top, looking to push that out, being a very big nuisance. I'm surprised Spiffy hasn't been more on killing this Tinker. It is only a position 4, so it may not be worth it for them to spend all their time looking for him, but he doesn't have those items that you'd expect a Tinker to have to be super escape heavy. He has money for the Blink, but he's just TPing around, stopping these waves. Still very poor, but again, got a pause coming out here.
Can't kill the dead.
Interesting.
Bounty!
Alright, the game is going back on here.
Worthy tribute.
Recording levels. More pauses coming through.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
Pause here.
The silence deepens. Calm yourself.
Let the fighting recommence.
Back into the game here. Smoke coming out from the Dire. Still have the lead, but maybe they feel like they need to make a play for Roche here. That'd be smart. Porter calling the wraparound, but no, he's wrong. They're actually coming straight at the gut here. Very risky play here, but if they can catch out this AM with no backup, it's going to be very scary. The AM sees him. Smoke is spotted out. They countered the bullets. The Ravage in. That's a dead Lion. Global Silence. DD, though, picked up on the Luna here. They're going on the Silencer. PK beat on the cores.
To the dead zone.
A 1-for-1, but one that Dire is certainly willing to take, I would imagine. They found the Tinker too. No Ravage to back him up. I believe he's just dead. Big stun coming in. Chain Frost committed. believe they can fight this anymore. Macropyre's still available, but
The 7-minute war.
Chamber buyback. Not sure how much that's going to do here. They
That
should be moving
was
towards Roche.
perfect.
This DD plus a Slardar. DD may run out though here. Luna having a bit of trouble finding anyone and getting on top of them. Wants to buy back to keep pushing into lanes, it looks like, rather than test them at Roche. Slardar needs to get in the pit here. Debuff this Roche on here to get that going. Yet another Roche here, plus a charge for the Dire team. Lucent Beam shard may be pretty scary here. They're gonna even throw another blink back in. I know this isn't real, but perhaps attempting to fool them into using ults. Shard is just sitting in her backpack. They're deciding on who to give it to. Mop already has her shard. Slardar buying his shard too. AM now 5k almost, 4.5k behind the Luna. Graf still showing Radiant with a slight win advantage despite the XP lead. I don't know if I'd agree with that. Now, Dire very easily could throw this game, but Spiffy now having the BKB, Slardar having the BKB, it's really hard for the Radiant to fight. They need to kill these cores instantly, and Slardar is tanky. Swap with the Kayasan is tanky, and Luna now has Satanic and Aegis. All three of them with BKB2. This is looking really rough for quick jumps. One of their cores, they're gonna have to kill the supports first, I guess. I hope it goes from there, but cores are gonna be very hard to kill. Silencer very tanky, is 2700 KDA's here. AM still the most kills. 3 deaths though compared to Luna's 6 kills, but only 1 death. Lion dying 12 times. Trying his best to keep Radiant in the game here, but he has also been the target of a lot of favorable trades for Dire, so I think he's more than happy with those deaths most of the time. He's dying, he's usually at least the Silencer. Silencer, 9 deaths. Playing part up with Blink heroes now. 3 actually. Side of Dire here. Sure. Already gonna come back from this. I think he's gonna have to play the rat game almost, but it's
Radiant's
so hard.
bottom tower's got
Gonna get this
problems.
T2 here that's gonna open up outposts.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
In their own triangle, it's gonna be hard to push in for these last 2 T2s for Dire, but got what they came for. They have the T2, but want to make something out of this
Dire's
Roche.
top tower
Leveler
is
on
under
Luna,
attack.
Stormcrafter available. That'll be good. Maybe purging global silence very quickly without having to pop BKB. Duels on the Lich with a self-purge as well. Lion going Axe. He has it completed. That's a lot of damage. Very low cooldown if you can get this last half a level
Are those
here. There's
cracks in
18.
Dire's top tower?
Perhaps they're a little
Radiant's
split
middle
here.
tower
Lich is
could use
running up
some
top. It appears they're willing to make the trade of T2s
Where
to cure
did
up your
Radiant's
ready.
middle tower go?
Another DD bot.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Sending in the AM illusion, trying to just burn some mana. Fortification still available for the Radiant. Usually just hitting the racks. Putting the damage on this Titan. Kraken Shell saves him.
Myself
Kills the Quap though with all the damage from Juicy and Spiffy with that ult. It's disgusting.
Beating on Dire's top tower.
Satanic back up on the Luna. Let me look at the rest of this tower here, I believe.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant have fortified their structures.
Or I don't know about this one here though. Replay's already dead. Luna just got the Aegis. Satanic up in 1. Might pop in here to keep the light going. Pops the BKB. Goes for these ones. Satanic's up. Tidehunter is barely living through this. A good Ravage, but the ult from Spiffy finishes him off with the Axe. It's up again already. First hit bash. AM has to be careful though.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I don't think they have an answer for this. Radiant's just getting run down 1 by 1. These BKBs, these jumps, it's so scary for them. He pops the Lich, maybe gets a flop here. Big hero freeze. Oh, and he gets him. He actually gets him. It's just Luna the Lion. Lion dead here though. Satanic pop. This Luna's very big though. She also has the Aegis. She may just be able to walk out of here. They get the racks and they kill everyone except the Luna, but they gotta kill her twice, and this is
Another
looking
phase begins.
very scary. Quick ult from Astro, has the talent, laying down the ice path. Luna with no BKB, Satanic down for 5, and now Silencer's up.
Dominating
She's gonna get the
performance.
AM though on the return. She pauses Satanic, she goes back in. The global silence comes through, but it's not doing anything. The stun saves the Silencer's life. She's still going though. She wants blood. I don't know if she's able to get it here though. She's looking for the blades to bounce on the Silencer. Maybe no, it doesn't. A valiant effort, however, cost them global silence. On top of that, Dire is gonna be wiped, but did get a Rex and get deep wards.
Calm yourself. Come for me.
Money changes hands.
Haste. A soldier's fortune.
'Tis mine.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom.
Hawking's working, unfortunately. It is. It's a little embarrassing, but practicing for myself, I suppose. Game 2 recorded just right.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No ages here. I want to push up.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And the pressure on. If he wants to leave, push out bot, or someone back. Well, I think the Tinker doing just that.
I can't take much
Thanks for
more
getting away.
of this.
No substitute for a good.
Blitz coming through. Looks like they're gonna dome to Akira. They're gonna get on top of the silencer for the global silence. He's definitely dead. Tied with the Ravage, all fours are BKB though. This is looking pretty hopeless for the Radiant side. Silencer buys back. Doesn't look like anyone else has any buybacks available.
Double kill.
Gonna kill the silencer again.
Finally.
That has to be game at this point, I would imagine. Silencer does kill the Slardar in the end, but they're just hitting Ancient now. The 4 delays, but no buybacks
Radiant's
available.
Ancient is under attack.
Still gonna be GG. GG it is. Astro gonna fall here.
It is not magic brings me back.
Buys back. One last hurrah, I suppose.
Radiant's
Dominating,
Ancient
I
is
guess.
under attack.
Double kill.
Quap has a Lincoln talent, and he can't even get the Quap. That's gonna be GG. Go through the switch,